big hole that you guys dug there. Why'd you guys come out so flat? What was not working for you there that allowed them to build such a big lead?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we didn't come out with enough defensive intensity. I mean, that was bottom line, and that's been the story of a number of games with us. You give up 42 points in one quarter, it's going to be hard to win. But then you give up 47 and a half to a team that they might be playing the best basketball out of anybody in the league right now. You have 47 and a half, and you hold Lou Williams to basically 20 points for the game. It's a tale of two halves.
Do you think you guys ran out of gas there in the fourth, just climbing all the way back the way you did, or what?
Yeah, I do. But I feel like it was. We had to adjust some rotation stuff to try to get fight our way back, basically, and that hurt us.
Is there a deeper team right now
than the Clippers? Yeah, I mean they're right up there, and what their bench does for them is, it's something that's going to be hard for teams in the playoffs, I think.
Cat has been so good, but I mean, what was not working for him for the first really 3 quarters of the game that he couldn't get anything going?
I think their pressure and their physicality in terms of, and not just one guy, physicality as a group hurt us. And he was better in the second half, in terms of getting to his spots, and then also taking his time with things. And we had better spacing, I thought, in the second half.
When they are bringing that double from the top side on him there, it seems like he that normally has been somewhere where he's had more success.
Yeah,
The backside is that it seemed like they're bringing it mostly from the top.
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
What was the difference you think in this one?
I mean, it was. You're right, and they're either usually going to come from the nail or they're going to come from the baseline in ways. But I mean, I think it's a lot of times like we stress like turning and facing in the post. So turning and facing, we got and it's going to be a constant reminder with things because hey, the better and better he gets, which he will, the more traps and players are going to be ran at him with things. But then that's also we got to make sure we give him outlets too, and then he takes his time in there.
Cato is kind of having trouble. He's getting fouls in the third quarter. Looked like he talked to you, and in the fourth quarter made a couple big stops. He had that one big steal. What was that conversation?
I totally fouled him. I totally fouled the guys. Each one of those are right. I was working with Cato early in the year as an assistant, and so we have a good relationship. And I really like Cato and where he's going with things, and I like his ability to take criticism and coaching with things. So that's a credit to him to be able to come back in the fourth quarter with things. But Lou Williams is unique, and Gallinari, they're unique in the way you defend them, especially when you're a rookie. You got to learn, okay, these guys, what they do, they've had so much success with it, in terms of with the ball, and they were fouls. So,
what's it say about Karl when it seems like for the most part he has a really off night and still finishes with 24 and 13, and it doesn't look off by the box score, but you could tell it just wasn't right on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I think it just shows his talent with things, so it's. Right now we need big nights from him. We need big nights from a number of guys with things. So, moving forward, you obviously want to have more production with things, and we'll take a look at the film and we'll try to move him around with things too.
Any other defensive adjustments in the second half, or was it as simple as upping the intensity?
Yeah, we switched on Gallinari. We put a smaller guy in Gallinari too, and moved our 4 to guard Temple, so we were able to switch, so they weren't able to get around the show, and then we went to more of a corral blitz on Lou Williams too.
Ryan, did you see some more of that aggressive Wiggins that kind of has been showing up?
Yeah, and I think I think people should be. I don't want to use the word excited, but they should be encouraged by that, because that's consecutive games right here where he has been aggressive with things, putting him in pick and rolls, having the ball, situations like that. So, and we're gonna continue to use this time. This isn't going to be, be anything where you're just finishing out the season. Like we're in these games to compete, and we're in these games to get better and find things too, and really just continue to build every day.
The free throw struggles, is that something that just snowballs?
Yeah.
Lack of focus. What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, I mean, it's you look at the numbers, and it hurts. You lose by 11 and you miss 13 free throws. I mean, that does, it hurts. But that wasn't the reason. Ultimately we lost. That could have that was one of the contributors with things. But yeah, sometimes things do just snowball, and I think that was it tonight.
With Andrew, you talked about using him at the point, and yesterday you talked about using him on the ball more. Are you tempted to, when he is rolling like that, to just, almost start every possession that way with a high ball screen for him?
At times. I do still like the way Tyus gets us organized too, in the sets. But one thing too is you gotta be careful not to wear a guy out in terms of usage. If you're having him, you're asking a lot of him to be handling the ball, and you're playing him heavy minutes with things. So you got to make sure you're aware of that.